Alright, we shall go ahead and start playing. New save slot. The first one, thank you. The worst one. So I have actually streamed this before, back when it first came out, when was that? 2018, mid 2018-ish.
Okay, rolling.
It's been peaceful here in the 5 worlds, or is it 6? For a dragon's age, we now have 12,000 treasure, or is it 14,000?
What about this Gnasty Gnorc character? Now, I understand he's found a magic spell to turn
About
gems
damn
into
time.
treasures for his cause.
I'll take that question. Nasty Gnorc is a simple creature.
Simple?
He has been contained in a remote world and is no threat to the Dragon Kingdom.
No threat?
Besides, he is ugly.
Ugly? That does it!
Huh? Looks like I've got some things to do.
Nasty Gnorc never seen again. Don't think anyone really wants to see Nasty Gnorc. Yeah, I originally streamed this back when it came out in the middle of 2018, but then I got interrupted by another game. Never finished this one.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro. Free 10 dragons in the artisan world, then find the balloon.
So just restarting.
He'll
Yeah.
transport you to the next world.
What about Nasty Gnorc? I'm going after him.
Find dragons first. That's all I can tell you.
So yeah, we're restarting from scratch because, well, my original save file was on the, what's it called? PlayStation. Well, and I'm playing this now on PC to get just a, good frame rate.
Where's Nasty Gnorc? I'll torch him.
Keep your horns on, Spyro. You have much to learn first. Do you know what the dragonfly following you is doing? His name is Sparks, and he's helping and protecting you. Keep an eye on him and see what I mean.
So my chat is currently covering the subtitles. Let me just move them real quick. Question is, where do I move it? I don't think there's anything in the bottom right corner. Can I check? Doesn't look like it. Alright, well, we'll deal with that for now. I have completely forgot about the roll. I think in the original playthrough I streamed about 2 years ago, or over 2 years ago at this point, we had gotten to the end of Spyro 2. We didn't finish it though. We got to the last world and we didn't finish that one.
Button twice to glide. And don't be afraid.
Afraid of what?
Falling from high mountain peaks? Plummeting into prehistoric glaciers?
Oh, that.
But yeah, I always wanted to restream this. I've been meaning to restream this game for like a year. Just kind of disappointed and never got to actually finish it. Love how expressive everyone is. Yeah, everyone being super expressive in this just really heightens it up. I'm not sure I'm the biggest fan of the art style. I mean, I'm a fan of it. Give me a second. I shall be right back. I'll just be like a minute. It's alright. Typical, ain't it? As soon as you start doing something, you get interrupted. Ugh. But oh well, that should be the last time. Alright. Let's continue. So I guess to reiterate on what I was talking about before, just before I got interrupted. I'm not the biggest fan of the art style they chose for it. I'm a fan, but the whole kind of Play-Doh-y, soft, curved art style is getting a bit kind of overplayed now for most cartoony games. Like they're all kind of falling into this line, if you know what I mean? Where they're all basically doing this art style. Because it's kind of the best way to do, like, it genuinely is just one of the best ways to do these cartoony games. But it seems like some people are just defaulting to pretty often. What would you have done instead? Just curious. Honestly, I think I'm like, if you would have given me control over the art style, I would have maybe made it a bit more like grimy, like medieval. Well, I say medieval, but I don't mean the game medieval. I mean like medieval. I just said it wrong. Kind of like a more medieval, kind of sharp look. You know what I mean? Gothic-ish. Give it a bit of a like, gothic fantasy look. You know what I mean? It's a game about dragons. At least that's what I would have done. So like Oblivion, but not Spyro level of gritty. A little bit. Think of it more like, give it a bit of a, maybe like a bit of a Borderlands tinge. With, you know, lines and stuff. It's a shame we can't do the hop. The most notable omission in this game. Skyrim level. Comic book style thing. Yeah, give it maybe like a bit of a comic book styling. You know, have some defined outlines. A bit more gothic-ish. Some grittier stuff. Make it a bit dirtier. Cell shading. Kinda. I mean, this is already using cell shading. It's just not very prevalent. I know you can get up here from here. It's a very specific jump, though. There we go. I don't mind this art style. I think it looks fantastic. But it doesn't really capture Spyro to me, if you know what I mean. It kind of just looks like if Spyro was in this art style rather than if Spyro was HD.
Do that again.
The artisan's boss is through a portal in the dragon mouth, but you are not yet ready, Spyro. First, you must complete one of the other artisan lands.
I think we've gotten pretty much everything we can, so we should just hop into the first level. Probably. We can get everything we didn't get on the way back. I think it was most prevalent during the trailers where people were noticing the art style and thinking, yeah, this looks great, but it ain't exactly like Spyro, you know? It looks a bit generic. They still managed to knock it out of the park though. This game looks phenomenal. Because it's also, it becomes a hell of a lot more noticeable when you look at something like Crash Bandicoot 4. You look at Crash Bandicoot 4, and it looks exactly like this. Like 110%. They basically look the exact same. Like the whole, kind of soft, matte, cartoony, lineless style, where everything looks a bit like clay. Crash Bandicoot 4 looks exactly like this. Like pretty much one-to-one. And you may, you know, there's a big elephant in the room I'm not mentioning here, which is, you know, well, duh, they're developed by the same people. I'm like, yeah, okay, they are. But, you know, I think it just kind of shows.
When you free a dragon or step on one of their platforms, you're saving your progress. That could be useful if you run into trouble. Not that you ever run into trouble, Spyro.
Animations, though, fucking out of the park. I think, like, just in general, all the animations in this game are really special. Really well done, really well designed. Really expressive. Whoever their animation team is in general is insanely talented. Like, the work they do in Crash Bandicoot 4 for making all the characters super expressive and all the animations really lovely. And then, like, also in this game as well. They do such a phenomenal job. Genuine, like, a movie studio people. The animations are great, and I love how each of the dragons has small differences between them. Yeah, even the, like, really basic ones who people kind of really hated in the original Spyro kind of got a bit of an upgrade in this, where, you know, they at least do something. I think in my original playthrough of Reignited Trilogy that we didn't finish, we got 100% in Crash 1.
You bet. For the longest glide, press the jump button at the top of your jump, and try pressing the action button to drop down mid-flight.
Will do. You know, let me finish eating first. My bad. That bacon did not want to leave my mouth. My god. You remember the chewiest bacon of all time that just refuses to die? It sounds silly, but I'm actually still, like, really impressed every time I see, like, this level, for example. Ah, fuck this dude. Yeah, I'm always really impressed every time I see Spyro 1's, like, super open levels. And I never stop being impressed for some reason. Oh fuck, I accidentally my mouse looked instead of flame breath. I think it's because most platforming games still just haven't really met this level of allowing you to traverse what looks like beyond the level. I'm gonna draw like another comparison here, which isn't gonna be too fair because the two are like completely different games. But again, with Crash Bandicoot 4, Crash Bandicoot 4 is like, you know, 20 years after this, when this game originally came out, the first one, the non-remastered. And it hasn't ever actually managed to get the level of openness. Or it never really, I guess, again, like I said, it's not really a fair comparison now that I think about it even more. But yeah, Crash, even like a modern platforming game, doesn't really reaches the exploration of this game back when it first came out. And understandable, because Crash Bandicoot is a corridor platformer. It's like a, you know, Sonic's arse game, as they called it. Well, this is just completely free roam, basically. Free roam within a defined environment. But the only other games I can think of that have really done something with like the free roaming platforming genre is kinda maybe Super Mario Odyssey. And I have some controversial takes on Super Mario Odyssey. Actually, not really controversial. I think they've been the same ones that people normally have. But aside from that, it's like maybe A Hat in Time. But the difference between A Hat in Time and this is A Hat in Time's openness was like pretty obvious from the start. It's really weird to describe. Oh, key.
Watch the dragonfly, Spyro. His color indicates his power. When he eats butterflies, he stays strong, like me.
Sure.
Probably sound like I'm speaking a lot of gibberish, which is understandable. Kind of making unfair comparisons and shit like that. Basically, there's not really many platformers that have that same awe that this game has, and I'm pretty sure a majority of it is probably just nostalgia. Super Mario Odyssey kind of felt like more of a collectathon than a Mario game. Yeah, I think that's just because it was a collectathon. It's really weird how the two do completely different things, but they're kind of the same genre, Spyro and Super Mario Odyssey.
After you've freed all the dragons, pass through this fancy vortex thingamajigger. It'll take you back to the artisan home. But first, let me tell you a story.
No thanks. See ya!
Poggies. Yeah, fuck you, old timer. Collect them with a really sick movement tech. Yeah, I guess it's just a difference in how the two were designed. Where Spyro isn't designed around its movement as much. Like you know what I mean. But Super Mario Odyssey is basically just, here's like a level, we shoved a bunch of shit in. Here's a bunch of movement tech. Just go and do whatever you want. Like that, but then with Spyro, it's like, here's a level, collect all the gems. You know, just in like any order or any way you want. Where was the... Oh, it was... Yeah. Your introduction to the genre was Banjo-Kazooie. I haven't actually played Banjo-Kazooie. I keep expecting a remaster of that to come at some point. So I'm like, I always hold off on playing it. But I'm not sure it's coming. Fog. I didn't even have to try. I just got all of them. This is the first level. You feel like you lucked out with that being your intro. I think my introduction to the collectathon genre was this game, most likely. Maybe like Spyro, one of the Spyro games, Spyro 1, 2, 3. Spyro 3 at best for me. Oh no. Oh, fuck. Man. Do we have to do the flying levels? Unpog. Banjo-Kazooie was a fun game, and then Banjo-Tooie took that and just dialed the fun up to fucking 11. I know we gotta do the flight levels. Oh! We can... I forgot we could do this. We can... I actually completely forgot that you can swap the music to Stephen Copeland's music. Stephen Copeland? No, it's not Stephen. It's Stuart Copeland? Man, I can't believe I forgot his name. It is something like that. It begins with an S. I'm pretty sure. I'm so sad I've forgotten his name. No, it is Stuart Copeland, isn't it? Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you'd escape those annoying little creatures. Of course they wouldn't bother me, but here's a hint. Their metal armor is fireproof.
Who are you trying to remember the name of? The composer for the original Spyro games. I'm pretty sure it's Stuart Copeland. Yeah, you can actually swap to his music if you wanted to, instead of listening to the remastered soundtrack. Because the mastered soundtrack actually goes for a different tone than Stuart Copeland's original tracks do. So Stuart Copeland's music for Crash, not the Crash. Jesus, I'm pooping myself right now. For the Spyro games, was very kind of uplifting, upbeat, kind of jazzy-ish, kind of groovy. But with the remastered soundtrack, they actually made it so... The remastered soundtrack is a lot more atmospheric. Like, there's a lot more, like, reverb, it's a lot more roomy. And it's very noticeable in some of the later levels. Especially with some tracks, which were originally, like, super in-your-face groovy. Suddenly became, like, pretty atmospheric. I mean, I'm glad they actually give you the option to change between them.
Spyro, wanna know a secret? Use the action button when you want to zoom in and look around.
Oh, your secret's safe with me.
I think you had pretty shit camera control in the original Spyro. The first one. Because you don't really need the action button in this one. Why does Spyro's voice sound like Sonic? You're too slow! They're not the same voice actor. I think this is the same person who's been voicing Spyro since Spyro 2. He sounds different in this because the original Spyro voice actor, as in for the first game, isn't the current, or isn't the one they picked at Spyro 2. So the voice actor changed between the first game and the second game, which is why there's like a very distinct difference between like how he sounds now and yeah, the weird nasty Nork. What about nasty Nork? I want to go after him. No sword in that bonfire. 0 to 10 trash game. You didn't put a Dark Souls reference in your game? I'm really disappointed. Imagine calling yourself game developers when you don't even know about games.
With the club cannot be charged.
Tom Kenny.
But a quick flame, that should defeat them.
That's Tom Kenny is SpongeBob, right? And Ice King. Yeah. SpongeBob and Ice King from Adventure Time. What's that noise? Is it just you? I think it's just you. I played Spyro for the Reignited Trilogy. That's cool. Definitely, honestly, I was gonna say definitely noticeable, but that's a lie. I didn't actually notice. And Tom Kenny has like an insanely noticeable voice. Like, it is really difficult not to notice whenever Tom Kenny is voicing someone. We're missing just a few gems. Oh, I see. He's one of those voice actors who kinda does the exact same voice for every character he plays. You know, like, kinda the same voice for Ice King, kinda the same voice for SpongeBob, kinda the same voice for basically everyone. He's like Justin Roiland. You can pretty much notice him immediately. And if you don't notice him immediately, I mean, actually, I don't know where I was going with that. I was trying to say, if you don't notice him immediately, you kind of eventually get there where he says something very distinct and like his accent pulls through somewhat. So it begins. I don't know where the last gems are. We're missing one. We're missing a single gem. Isn't that just typical? Wait, doesn't... Can you get Sparks to, actually... Oh! Dude, awesome! Oh, fuck yeah, I forgot about this mechanic. There we go. Dude, oh. I'm so glad they just give you that by default because it fixes the pain so much. Remember you did all of Spyro 3 before you got that. Yeah, like you originally didn't get that power-up or that ability to locate gems. Like pretty much at all in any Spyro game. You got it pretty close to the end, but you didn't... Wasn't really actively useful. I think there was cheats for it. But I'm so glad in the remastered version. It does dumb it down a bit, but honestly, in my opinion, it just reduces tedium. It's not really, like, I know it's like a part of the game. Having to gem hunt with like the last gem you couldn't find. But you know, we've been there, we've done that. So I think them giving you this ability just by default is really nice, really convenient. You replace all the tools they might need to succeed. It's up to them if they use it. I don't think I used it in my original streams of this game. I also guarantee my commentary was better than this, and it makes me sad. What was my commentary like? I mean, I didn't have a, my really fucking incredible microphone back then. I was streaming at 720p. And this game was at 30 FPS because it was on the PlayStation. For the players. Incredible place to play video games, except when you want to play them at 60 FPS. For that, you gotta play the Xbox One. Or PC. Oh yeah, there's gems inside this, inside the... Oh. Maybe there isn't? Oh, I just straight up missed a few. Alright. Oops. I genuinely looked away from my screen for like half a second and suddenly I'm already smashing into a wall. That's pretty epic. How's the sound, by the way? Is the game a bit too quiet? To me, it sounds like it may be a bit. It's alright. That means I can improve it. Alright, I've increased the game's volume a bit. Should be a bit louder now. Can you swap between the music on the fly? Hog! Man. I have, all the Spyro soundtracks downloaded. They're so fucking good. Stuart Copeland, such an incredible composer.
To Town Square, Spyro. Begin exploring by gliding to that area with the bulls. Use the right stick to get a good look.
See what I mean? The igniting music is like a little bit more atmospheric in comparison. It kind of blends into the game a bit more, if you know what I mean. Instead of standing out, which is like both a good and a bad thing. Oh. It really depends on your perspective. If you want it to blend in and like be just like a unified experience, which I think is what they wanted with the remastered trilogy, then it's better. But if you want like music that has proper, well, I mean.
Thanks, Spyro. I had the worst itch on the tip of my wing. Did you know that you get your longest glides by pressing the jump button at the very top of your jump?
Yes. Yeah, if you want a soundtrack with more definition, then doesn't work as well if you're going for something atmospheric. The cake says, thanks, Spyro. I didn't even notice, I wasn't even looking at the cake. Dude, this fucking dude. I hate this one. You know what I really like about this game? The levels are short. Well, at least early on. I know they do get longer. But like, this isn't no Crash Bandicoot 4 where the levels last like 15-20 minutes at a time. We're only 30 minutes in. We've already 100%ed three areas. They just set it in the bottom 2 layers.
Spyro, did you see a man dressed in blue running around here? He's a thief, and he's stolen a dragon egg. You've got to track him down and get that egg. Run, run! I'm getting a little winded.
My man is so out of shape, damn. He wasn't even overweight or anything, he just lost his breath from making very small movements. I mean, he has been encased in stone for the past, I don't know, 20 minutes? I got an achievement. I don't know what it was for. Oh, shit. Oh, he's right there. Easy. Oh. It's a little bit clunky. You can't start gliding until you stop dashing. Pretty sure that's also how it worked in the original game as well. Makes sense. Egg. We did indeed receive egg. Y'all remember that moment where I said I was gonna 100% the entire Crash Bandicoot remastered trilogy, and then I played Crash Bandicoot 3 and it was garbage, and I was like, I'm not doing this.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro. You can always check your progress by accessing the guidebook through the pause menu.
Honestly, I wasn't expecting Crash Bandicoot 3 to not hold up as much as I thought it would. So you have a medical condition that requires me to say egg. We all do. No one can deny the call of the egg. I will definitely try and 100% every game here. And it's not like, I mean, it's probably not going to be like Crash Bandicoot, where I play them and then figure out one of them is fucking garbage and I don't want to 100% it anymore. From what I remember, I still really love all Spyro games. Easy. I'll be in the flying levels. Yeah, like, I can kind of deal with the flying levels being the only sore spots in this game. And it's not even really because they're bad levels, it's because I fucking hate them. They're fun. Until they're not, which is most of the time. How many, Are we done? I think we're done with this world already. Aside from the boss. Yeah, we're already done with the first world. Like 100%. And I'm not counting the flying level. No one counts the flying levels. Not yet, anyway. So it's actually kind of funny because I think out of all the games I've replayed the most, Spyro 3 might be on the pretty high up. And not because I actually have like replayed it voluntarily enough, like as in just replayed it of my own to enjoy the game, but because of the amount of versions of it I've played. Ow. So for example, before I even had good internet and couldn't stream, when I was actually going by one of my older streaming aliases, I actually played the game completely on stream. No, actually, I played the game mostly on stream then, but I never actually finished it. Like, I got most of the way there. You got halfway through and stopped. Yeah. I got most of the way there and then stopped. And then when I got, ow. And then when I got good internet, I went back and replayed the game again. As in the original version, the non-remastered. Oh my god, I'm burping. Excuse me. Yeah, I went back and played the original version on stream once I got good internet to properly finish it. And that's actually one of the first streams you can actually find on my account, on my Waddicker VODs, is my original Spyro 3 playthrough.
Nasty Nork has put one of his most devious henchmen in charge of the artisan world.
Bring him on! I think I smell a barbecue.
Be careful, Spyro. Toasty has many tricks up his sleeve.
Then I went to go and replay it with the Spyro Remastered Trilogy, the Spyro Reignited Trilogy in 2018. But obviously, oops. But obviously we didn't really get very far, since we didn't even complete Spyro 2 before I stopped playing it. And now we're back again. So I think these are probably the games I've streamed the most. The Spyro games. How do you... Man, how do you deal with the dogs? Do you just, like, flame non-stop? Feels like it. Yeah, you just, like, spam the flame button. And, of course, we're missing some gems. Not that that's really a problem. Really? What do you mean? I mean, I guess maybe it's over at the start of the level. Whenever I watch these games, I just feel like the dialogue is cringe, even if it isn't really that bad. I can somewhat understand the sentiment. It's weird. There's this like crone of cringe that I experience quite often when it comes to dialogue and just general stories or like scripting and stuff like that in other games. Where sometimes I'm like, you know, this isn't like cringe. I'm not like wincing. But I am uncomfortable. Or it's weird. Even Spoiled by Hades and it's absolutely stellar dialogue. I think that's it. I think we got 100% of this world.
Wow! I see you've
You've been busy rescuing dragons, Spyro. You may travel to the Peacekeeper's world if you like. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
Come on, Spyro.
I think it just kind of it sounds a bit. What would be the term? Like a correct term for it? I wouldn't say flamboyant, but more like fake. Like you can tell they're forcing it. Like it's good. They're doing a great job and they're voice acting really well. But the script mixed with their delivery sometimes sounds a bit awkward. Not that it's got anything bad constructively. But just it's really odd. Animation was stiff. Yeah. It was a pretty stiff animation.
Welcome to Peacekeepers. Look how our treasure has been stolen and turned against us. Please, recover our treasure, Spyro.
Collect treasure. Got it.
I think I sometimes experience that kind of uncanny valley of awkwardness with maybe like some shows. Like, oh, but I guess this is somewhat unrelated, but just kind of in the same ballpark. If you want to watch a really great show, Agretsuko is an incredible show. If you haven't seen it. It's on Netflix. I'm not sure if I would encourage supporting Netflix, considering, you know, doing kind of not very good shit right now. But still, Agretsuko is a really good show. And it's basically social awkwardness, the show. Show me your bum. Thank you. It's a show that basically revolves around awkward social interactions. And it's a bit uncomfortable to watch in like a, like, you know, this conversation is very awkward and not, like, smooth. But it's, like, a super excellent show because obviously it's all on purpose, you know? It's designed to be that way. And talking about awkward conversations and, like, stuff that makes you a bit uncomfortable but isn't actually, like, bad. Just kind of reminded me of Agretsuko a bit. You know, a lot of those like awkward pausing moments in conversations and people not taking hints.
The dragonfly has been doing a good job protecting you. Make sure to keep him strong by feeding him lots of butterflies.
Thank you, Mr. Man. I will definitely feed this dragonfly who follows me around. Okay, so I really do genuinely love the original Legend of Spyro games. Like the story-based ones. I barely joggle. Like, you know the ones I'm talking about? The ones, the reboot ones on the PlayStation 2 where it was like a story, like, brawler genre instead of a collectathon. I actually genuinely really love those games. A bit of a, like, somewhat controversial take. I know. But I gotta admit, the plot point of Spyro becoming Sparks' adopted brother is fucking hilarious. Like, so if you don't know the plot of that game, Spyro is, like, purple dragons in that universe are considered rare dragons, like really special, powerful, rare dragons. Only like one born every 1,000 years or so. The place gets attacked, or like, you know, the nest gets attacked, and they, in order to save Spyro, they like put him into a basket and throw him down a river. And then he gets picked up by these fucking dragonflies. And he gets raised by dragonflies, where one of them is Sparks, and they become like adoptive brothers. And it's so fucking ridiculous. Man. Fucking wild. I maybe gotta play those. I would play those games on stream, the Legend of Spyro games, because I do genuinely love them. I genuinely don't think they're anywhere near as bad as people say they are. I think it's just Spyro bias coming into play there. You know, like old thing good, new thing bad. Why is there purple lean in this canyon? My dude's gotta get their fill, you know? Oh, fuck. Get back here, you fucking mummy bastard! I think I'm running the wrong way around this. Okay. I think I was supposed to go the other direction. Young Liam wants his cough syrup back. Dude, oh my god, I just got like Omega Deja Vu. And I don't mean for like this game. This game is just like a whole nostalgia Deja Vu fest. I mean something specific.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro.
Alright. But I just got Omega Deja Vu to when I first streamed the original version of this, like the original, like, unremastered Spyro 1 on stream. And I very distinctly remember it because at the time, during this level, me, chat, and a few other people were talking about Knock Knock, which is a horror game from like 2014. Like one of the best horror games, by the way. Like very underrated.
Dry Canyon rewards good gliders. You are a good glider, eh, Spyro?
I was born to glide.
But yeah, if you haven't seen Knock Knock, you should look it up. It is so good. Genuinely one of like the creepiest, most horrible horror games I've ever played in my life. Genuinely just like a super uncomfortable game. I guess I could talk about it a little bit more. Like, I don't want to spoil it in case people haven't seen it because I don't think too many people have. But I guess I'll talk about it just like a little bit and like how it plays and stuff. But it's got such like a good, creepy, drawn art style. And a really unnerving main character. The character himself is like... just... he looks demented, and it really kind of adds to the tone when you listen to his voice as well, where it's like really like gurgly, raspy, and like somewhat quiet, reserved. The overall atmosphere of Knock Knock is insanely good. I think I gotta play it again at some point. I didn't mean to. I button mashed the thing there. It's really hard to describe Knock Knock, honestly. A, because I haven't played it in like 5 years. And B, because like, it's really difficult to explain. I actually forgot what you do in the game even. I think it's like based around you like cordoning off your house from demons? Something like that? Like I genuinely forgot. No, is it like you have to survive or something? So for a set amount of time while like a bunch of demons haunt your house? I genuinely have completely forgotten how that game played. Like I know snippets, I can like see the gameplay in my head. But I can't imagine it.
Is that you, Spyro? Are you the young dragon I've been hearing so much about? Ever since you were a wee puff of smoke, we've known,
You've known...
I forget.
I also drew the main character of Knock Knock a few times. I still have a piece of artwork I drew of him in 2014, which I'm still like insanely proud of. It is still such a super good piece of artwork. One of the few where I'm like, yeah, that's like super excellent for the time. Way ahead of what my skill level was at the time as well. Not gonna make that. I think I need to go from the top over there. Maybe? You know, my drawing... No, I think we do have to do it from there. My drawing situation has become a bit of a shame. And it's... I can't really fix it. Or at least I keep trying. But I always just end up going back to square one. Where I really want to draw a lot more than I do. But because of the time it takes to draw, and like the commitment needed to actually improve and stuff like that, I end up really never doing it. Like I always postpone it for something else. Most people, you know the feeling, yeah. Most people draw like fairly calmly, or most artists do. And I'm sitting here kind of like, man, I haven't drawn in like 2 months. I really need to do something. But at the same time, I kind of adopted a new mindset where I don't really care as much. And it sounds like, well, that's what, like, that's... sounds like giving up to me. But it's more, relaxing than it is giving up. Where I decided, hey, if I, me drawing, if I'm putting pressure on myself to draw, I'm just not gonna draw. Like, that's kind of how things go. For me, if I pressure myself into something, I'll end up never doing it. So instead, I decided to adopt a more like, if I don't want to draw at this immediate moment, or if I'm not drawing at this immediate moment, it doesn't matter. Oh, those are bunnies. I was wondering what the flapping was. Drawing is something you kind of need a muse for. Drawing's the type of thing that you really... I wouldn't say need to force yourself to do, but you more need to like... It's like in between. It's in between forcing yourself and just not doing it at all. You know what I mean? Like waiting for the moment. I do hope to start like drawing a lot more at some point though. Sometimes you're really not fearing, other times it's like Eurydice herself just wants to sing directly out of your pen. Yeah, like you get the strong feeling in your hand where you're like, I gotta channel it. I try to avoid that kind of... I try to avoid relying on that for inspiration. Instead, I just kind of go, well, I draw when I want to draw. If I'm not drawing, doesn't matter. I haven't drawn in 2 months, because I didn't want to. Simple as, you know?
Forever with those ugly vultures standing on my head. Those birds might look tough, but they're pretty tasty. Flame broiled with a pinch of salt.
I feel like taking like a more relaxed route just really just eases the stress. Because then you think of drawing as more like something you want to do rather than like feeling obligated to do. Okay. Oh yeah, there's also the key we just got. Oh. Oh, right. Okay. I have like a couple dozen Twitter posts on my Twitter about drawing, where I state like my mental headspace with it, and kind of give pointers. I think those posts are pretty damn good. Like I can sit here and talk about it for a while, but I don't think anything I say is gonna really make as much sense as the Twitter posts I did on my own Twitter. Primarily because I actually sat down for like 30-20 minutes, thought up what I wanted to do, rewrote it, just proofread it. With this, it's like, Firehouse. You'll get the information, but you're not going to get it in like a concise manner. That's actually just in general like a good explanation for streaming. Streaming is a Firehouse. You get the thing, but you get all of it. And the same for commentary. Like you get commentary, but you get all of it. You get all of my commentary. It's not like a Let's Play where I can like edit stuff out or like give you the best moments. Speaking of Let's Plays, I always get the urge, like at least once or twice a month, to start doing Let's Plays again. And I say again because I genuinely used to do them like fairly often actually. I didn't go anywhere with it, but I did have an old Let's Play channel where I did do consistent Let's Plays for about 4 or 6 months. And it has like really old classic WADs, like 2015, 2016. I don't even have a standard microphone WAD. Before my accent was... Actually, no, my accent was probably thicker back then because I have to kind of compensate for multiple... Or just, being watched by multiple different demographics. Kind of mellows out your accent a little bit so more people can understand you. But back then, once you first start up, you don't really care about that, and you just kind of talk the way you want to. I do have a few clips for from that era of WAD. At least a few voice files, because I like sending people like old voice files to show them how I used to talk, how my commentary was back then. Yeah, every so often I get the urge to start doing Let's Plays again, the same way I did before. And now that I have an actual like YouTube channel that kind of is going somewhere, question mark. What are we shooting at? I forgot what we shoot at. Good, now that I have like an actual platform I could post to and they would get a bit of attention, I kind of want to get back into it again. But again, I'm not sure how people would actually like it on my channel. Since my YouTube channel is like blatantly advertised as being my stream VODs, it's literally called Waddicker VODs. Me posting Let's Plays or pre-recorded videos to it seems a bit odd. Like, it's not, like, alien. I have done it before. But it seems, like, why don't I rename the channel to something a bit more appropriate and generic then? I am going to experiment a bit with it. Especially, soon. Soon. Because I think tomorrow I'm actually going to go record a couple dozen HDVR take and hold runs. Because I don't think I've said this. No, I think I have. I think I have said this on stream. But I plan to do a 12 days of Meatmas for my YouTube channel. Because people want me to stream HDVR, and ultimately I always just kind of turn them down because I'm like, I don't really feel like it, VR is a pain in the absolute ass to set up and stream, so I could never really be asked. And I've kind of grown out of H3 gradually over time. Not that the game's gotten any worse. I mean, it's gotten actively better over time. But I'm 350 hours, and like 60 or 70 of those hours being entirely streamed, kind of feel like you want to play something else for a long time, you know? I played a lot of H3, so, but you know, people still would honestly love to watch more H3. I was confused on why he like yeeted himself into the sky like that. But the game bugged. So you know, I think it's an interesting way of doing something that I want to do, while also giving something that people who are actually subscribed to my voice channel actually want to see. You know, they want to see more H3, I can give it to them. I want to try and make pre-recorded videos, so I can do that at the same time. Granted, these videos will only be about 30 to 40 minutes long, like maybe an hour, 30 minutes to an hour. They're not going to be 2-hour-long videos a day. That's where the streams come in, you know? That's the gap that they fill. You'll get 2-hour-long-esque streams and a pre-recorded take and hold run that day. It also won't just be one run. Like, if I start the run and I die within like 10 minutes, obviously I'm going to be like, alright, I'm just going to start a new run in the same video. Just, you know, basically meeting a time length instead of just having exactly one run. But I'm hoping that people like it. It's a bit of an experiment. I'm actually gonna go the opposite way. It is a bit of an experiment to see if people will actually like pre-recorded stuff. Because if that's the case, then I can, you know, take it a bit further at some point later on. But I also think like the 12 Days of Meatmas idea really makes a lot of sense. Because let's be real, I'm not going to stream H3VR 12 days in a row. Even if I was going to, I think I would end up like sore by the 3rd or 4th day. You know, neck real bad, arms tired, feet hurting, something like that. Like it just wouldn't be excellent. So I'd rather kind of chop those up into individual runs. Anyway.
How's a dragon supposed to flame metal armor anyway?
Remember, Spyro, flame won't work on metal, but charging with your horns, that should do the trick.
I also think that giving people on my my VODs channel something a bit more consumable really would help, because that's probably one of the things that my VODs or a VOD channel suffers from. It's not being very digestible, just with limited time. You know, you can't always dedicate yourself to watching 2 or 3 hours of me and Speedy streaming Risk of Rain, you know? Or me and Bippin playing Dragon Ball FighterZ or something like that. That's a pretty big time investment, and it's not really easy to kind of push yourself to watch a lot of the time. When I think having videos or pre-recorded videos on my channel which last just about 30 minutes long would be super consumable to people. There's like a real like, I wouldn't say niche, but like a real just market I could fill there. And I say market as in loosely. Not that I'm actually marketing it or anything. Like, you know what I mean by market. It's more like an angle I'm not covering, which I could cover if I wanted to. Because, you know, then you could, you know, just wake up one morning and like at the crack of a new day and like, oh cool, I'll just watch this 30-minute long Waddicker take and hold run. Just start my day off. Like have my breakfast, have a cup of coffee, just sit there and watch that for a while and then move on and do the rest of my stuff.
Why don't you glide there and find out?
It's kind of the same content, or the same content hole that someone like Northern Lion fills, where his videos are, you know, like 30, 40 minutes long, runs of a like a roguelike, or like he's playing chess or something like that, and he's just like, he's very easily fittable into your schedule. You know, if you're in the, like, you're in the downtime between doing something, like you got a project you got to work on, or you have something you have to do in like an hour, or just watching like a 30-minute long episode of Northern Lion playing Spelunky 2. It's just a good way to fill that gap. I do that pretty much all the time. I watch his videos pretty much daily. Just once I'm done streaming, I pop an episode of Northern Lion on and go and do something else. I would like to try my hand at something like that. Something a bit more edible. Even when I was doing Let's Plays, my Let's Play parts were genuinely about like an hour and a half long, sometimes. Usually they were about 50 minutes, but sometimes they reached like that long.
You've reached the highest point in Clifftown. You can get to almost anywhere from here. If I were you, I'd use that whirlwind over there.
Very commonly, I would have, I guess it's not really unsafe to say that I did like a Minecraft Let's Play on my Let's Play channel. And you're gonna be like, wow, incredible. What, like, an unbelievable content that must be. Considering literally everyone was doing a Minecraft Let's Play at the time. Around 2014. And yeah, I agree. Wasn't very original, but it's because I wanted to do it, you know? But yeah, my Minecraft Let's Play parts were about an hour and a half long. And I think you can understand why, because, you know, Minecraft is a taxing game on your time. There's always something to do in Minecraft that you haven't done yet. And it's funny because ever since then, my my actual Let's Play parts, quote unquote Let's Play, aka streams, have just gotten like longer. Like I did a Minecraft, bunch of Minecraft streams at the end of last year, and they genuinely lasted like 4 hours each. Sometimes I think one of them lasted 6. And we had to stop ourselves voluntarily. We had to go, you know what? We have to stop at some point. We can't just keep playing. Because I guarantee those probably could have gone for even longer. The question is, what are we missing? Oh, okay. That's understandable. I don't think I say this loosely, but I don't think I've ever really voluntarily made short videos or content, as in like Let's Play-esque content, playing through a game. Like I've made plenty short videos, highlights and game stuff, or you know, just game clips. Made billions of those. That's pretty much the only actual edited content I ever make. But in terms of just a Let's Play, shit. The only time I actually did like short Let's Play parts was when I first started out on my original Let's Play channel, where I was like, alright, let's just, you know, what's the average length that most people put it at? I don't know, like 20 minutes. Alright, we'll do that. And I was like, why can't I do it longer? And then there was no reason I couldn't, so I did. I originally planned to do an edited Mad Max playthrough. The game Mad Max. I think Remedy made it, maybe. Remedy Software. But I actually originally planned to do a edited version of that. And if you don't know, Mad Max, the game, is like fully open world. Which, let me just tell you, the idea was scrapped pretty much 20 minutes in. Where I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to fucking do this. It's a ridiculous task. Like fully editing and playing a open world game and condensing it into like 20-minute parts. It's basically impossible. Where's the key here? I know it's down below somewhere, I think. Is it not like in here? No. But I scrapped that idea pretty much instantly. And by proxy, I scrapped the entire playthrough as well. Granted, I didn't get very far. It's not like I got like a dozen hours into the game before stopping. No, I just recorded one like an hour-long stream, tried to edit it, figured out that that was a pain in the ass and I wasn't going to do that for 100 parts, and gave up. And I'm never going to try it again, by the way. I'm not saying this is some like miraculous like, oh, but I'm going to try it again. Nah. That shit just doesn't work. Okay. I'm not lost, but I don't know where the things are. Are these, these are the only gems left. So we just gotta look for the key. Oh no, there is no key. Duh. It's a firework. Let's play do be weird though. I do hope people like the 12 Days of Meatmas I'm gonna do. I really it's actually something I've been intending to do for about 2 years now, I think. Ever since the end of 2017, I've wanted to do something HDVR related, or like advent calendar related on my VOD channel. And I've always kind of chickened out at the last second, where I've been like, it's gonna be a pain in the ass to do like 12 or even 25 days of something. Which is why I've chosen 12, by the way, because doing 25 is insane. Yeah, it's always been like, it's gonna be a lot of work. And I don't know if I really want to do it. Primarily because like I also do still want to stream. And I don't want to compromise anything to do it, you know? I want to just do it if I can. So for like 2 years now, I've been trying to get myself to do it, and I couldn't be asked. And this year I'm kind of really buckling down and being like, you know, if it's something I like genuinely want to do, and I do, I really genuinely want to do it, then I just gotta, you know, I gotta do it. It's probably the perfect time for it. The next chance I'll have is next Christmas, which is, I mean, just estimating, but I'm guessing that's about 12 months away. As in the Christmas after this one. If I skipped this one. So I'm kind of taking the chance. I'm gonna put my back into it. It's really weird because I kind of just didn't really know what to do. I knew I wanted to do it, and I knew I wanted to do take and hold runs.
A word of caution, little one. Wait until you grow big, like me, before charging those large enemies.
I didn't know what I wanted to do in terms of actually recording and structuring it, though. As in, like, when do I start recording it? Do I record it extremely early and then post it late on? Do I record it in the middle of the H3VR Meet Miss updates, so there's a chance that we get new weapons?
Spyro, some big Norks up ahead are wearing armor, and in the ice cave, armor can make their feet very slippery.
Like, I kind of just decided I'm gonna do it on like the 7th. I'll record a couple dozen H2VR runs on the 7th, then just upload them. So if you don't know, it's starting on the 13th. That's when the first one will be posted, is the 13th, and then a new run will be posted, or I guess a new day will be posted every single day up until Christmas. I do know I also still want to do some actual HDVR streams as well. I'm tempted to make the... Oh, ow. I'm tempted to make the final day an actual stream instead of just like a pre-recorded day. I might also do an HDVR stream before, on like the 10th, just to kind of like, everyone who's interested in me playing HDVR can be told that I'm doing that. Basically just do like a pre-stream being like, hey, I'm gonna be, like, here's an HDVR stream for you, but just to let you know, I'm also doing a dozen episodes every day until Christmas.
Thank you for releasing me.
You are welcome, sir. Yeah, I just don't know what I'm gonna do for structure wise. Like, am I actually gonna do a stream on the 10th or like the 11th or whatever to tell people about it? Am I actually gonna do a stream on the 25th as like the final day? Honestly, it kind of just depends on what I feel. I'm just gonna record a whole bunch of runs. Preferably something like, I mean, obviously I have to record over 12. At least.
Thanks for freeing me, Spyro. And now, where was I?
But I'm just gonna leave it pretty open. I think, like, overthinking it is what's gonna make it complicated when it really isn't that complicated. Just record some shit, upload some shit. Easy peasy. If I want to do anything special for it, I can do it in the moment. That's the stance I've taken on it. If I want to do a stream on the 25th of H3VR, fine. If I can't, I'll probably have runs recorded just in case. Honestly, genuinely, this sounds really petty, but the hardest part of potentially doing this is the fucking thumbnails. And it's like a common thing you'll hear me complain about. But man, creating thumbnails for my VODs is genuinely the hardest part of actually doing this. On some games, it's actually piss easy. Like, for example, any fighting game, like Ball FighterZ, Granblue Fantasy, Fightin Herds, it's like a walk in the park. I may as well be snoring while I'm doing it. But for some games like, let's say, Risk of Rain, my god. Getting good screenshots of like the really chaotic game that Risk of Rain is, that represent the VOD well, man, it's just difficult. I have to like genuinely boot up the game and go into a few new runs specifically to get a thumbnail. Granted, I have been kind of going that route anyway for most games. Can we make that? We can. Of just booting the game up and recording it, and recording what I want to get a thumbnail for. I do that with fighting games as well. Just go and record a super or something like that. But creating 12 H3VR thumbnails on top of creating 12, well, potentially 12 more thumbnails for whatever stream I do, so I can, you know, give a thumb to my VODs as well. Like, that's a lot of work. I already kind of struggle I'm also lost, by the way, but I already kind of struggle with H3VR thumbnails anyway, just one of them, because finding a good screenshot of H3VR that people will be, or people will find attractive, per se. Not clickbait, just more like, you know, it looks visually good. Finding a single thumbnail for that in H3VR, or for H3VR, is kind of difficult. Finding 12 of runs that will only last about an hour long at most, that's not a lot of wiggle room. I'm gonna have to maybe just record, or I'm gonna have to maybe just record a bunch of dummy footage of me looking at guns or standing next to Sosigs just to get proper thumbnails. And I know, like, woe is me, what a terrible time, but I'm pretty up for it. I mean, if I didn't have to make thumbnails for the 12 days of Meatmas thing, you would probably see me doing it every year. Because it's genuinely half the problem, or half the conundrum. Again, I wouldn't actually say it's a problem, because it's not really a problem. It's just more like a challenge. It's half the challenge. It's just finding good thumbnails. It's 90% of the challenge on my general VODs, like this one. So we'll see. I guess we'll see how I do. See how it goes.
You've done well, Spyro. Some dragons thought you weren't ready, but I knew they were wrong.
I'm ready, all right. Ready for what?
I was gonna say something, but I completely forgot. Like, my mind got immediately sidetracked. Where's the next one? There it is. Not really a good way to, or not really a good proc of Sparks, considering we are basically in the corner of the map. Any direction he points is pretty useless. We have 40 left. Oh, I see. You know, it's pretty hard trying to strike a balance in your thumbnail of, like, being too artsy and, like, actually having something appealing that people can understand. Some of my thumbnails have gotten a bit too artsy, like a lot of my Monster Hunter World thumbnails, where I've shown, like, the shedding corpse of a monster that, like, you know, I just show, like, the shedded corpse of a monster in some of them, which, like, really faded, really, like, you can't really tell what's going on in the thumbnail unless you've already seen it in the game. You cannot tell. I am lost again. Let's just go back through the level the opposite way. I think that's the best way. trying to be artsy in your thumbnails, I actually quite like it. It's quite a exciting thing, actually. Creating a thumbnail that, to you, looks extremely good visually. So, I mean, I will admit, most of the really artsy ones, I'd say probably aren't that appealing as, like, clickable thumbnails. And I kind of accept that. I accept, like, yeah, they probably aren't gonna entice people to watch very much. But to me, I'm like, but it look cool, though. It look pretty. We don't go through there. Where's the things? Oh, this is where we do it. Cool. And just like that, I am stumped again. Went all the way back for those, and I don't know where to go from here. That seems like it's the highest place in the map. So I don't really see how we can glide there. Yeah, if we try and glide from the spot we just glided from, we would end up falling like well before we even reached it. Is there a whirlpool? At least that's what I remember. I remember there being a whirlpool here you have to go up or something. Maybe I should actually be using that headlook mode, eh? I will admit, this is a level I forget. I completely forget this level most of the time. I know it exists. I don't remember how to 100% it though. It's a pretty peculiar level. Very particular with what you want to do. Or what it wants you to do. So like, how do we get up there? Probably from there. And the question is, where do we thingy from? Here? Can we just fly from here and get there? I don't remember. Definitely not here. Also, definitely not here either. At least it feels like it. Doesn't a whirlpool appear there? Like, I could be crazy, but I'm pretty sure that's what happens. Okay, let's stop pissing about and let's try something. I don't think this is how you're supposed to do it because I don't remember doing this, but I don't actually remember how. Oh, hang on a second. You go here. That's how you do it. Everyone ignore my fucking stupidity. I genuinely just didn't see that ledge. Oops. We're good. Oh. Hope you guys are having a really good holidays, though. 2020! Sneaky bastard. But I hope you guys are having a good holiday. And if it isn't holiday when you're watching this, then I hope you're having a good... whatever date you're currently watching it on. February? March? April? I see you. My holiday thus far, for at least for December, or I guess late November, has been mighty questionable. I said on stream, or I've said on stream and I've said it on my Discord and stuff like that. But near the end of November, I had like a pretty bad bug. I don't know if this was actually it, but it could have been norovirus. I maybe had norovirus, which is a like diarrhea, vomiting, winter sickness bug. And it wasn't fun. It was like, oh shit. It was like one of the least fun things I've had for quite a while. Where I basically couldn't stream for an entire week. Because every 30 minutes I had to go to the bathroom and like be ill. I could have streamed, but again, I would have been uncomfortable and I wouldn't have been there for a majority of it. So I just chose not to stream during it. During the period. It's kind of sad. It made me like the usual phenomenon of like you don't know what you have until you lose it, and like a similar thing happens when like you don't know how much you want to do something until you can't anymore. Like for example, if like your drawing tablet gets broken. And even though you may not have drawn regularly anyway, you're suddenly like, fuck, I want to draw now. But I don't have it anymore. Like the whole urge, or the whole notation of you being able to do it before suddenly no longer being the case, just motivating you to want to do it.
Good work, and I know you'll fulfill your destiny.
Destiny? I just want to kick some.
Just toast those enemies and collect the treasure.
I had the exact... Wow, this is the most pathetic egg thief of all time. I had like just the exact same thing with streaming for that week where I was ill. Where I was like, I really want to stream, but I can't. And some days, it's like, especially something like today, I also have problems considering what to stream where I'm like, I don't know if I want to stream today, or like, I don't know what I want to stream. Sigh. Just kind of taking it for granted. Because that's the only reason I'm playing this right now is because I ran out of ideas. Oh, we're in the hub. We're not in a level. Yeah, I kind of run out of ideas for what to stream. I didn't really want to play anything I've been playing recently, like Noita or Slasher's Keep. Like, don't get me wrong, Slasher's Keep is really good, but I burned myself out in it. I made the oopsie. I played like 24 hours of it in like 3 days, and I'm now like really sick of it. Why am I still looking for gems? We're done. Go to Dr. Shemp. It's kind of just wanting to have an off day almost, where I was gonna just not stream that day, work on some other things. Oh wow, that's a nice eclipse. Now that looks really nice. I wonder if that was in the original skybox for the game. I don't remember that being there. I actually had a somewhat similar situation at the end of last year as well, I think. Yeah, it was the end of last year. Where my PC, like, died. My PC straight up died at the end of the year. Like December 28th or so. Just went kaput. So, I had to obviously get it repaired. But until then, I wasn't able to stream. So it took me to about 2-3 weeks before I was able to stream again. So you can actually see it like a lapse in when I streamed from like December 28th to January 16th or so. Fuck. I remember this level being a bit of a pain in the butt cheeks. Ooh. Shit. Oh, I thought those were, Oh, we could have gone through that way. We weren't supposed to go this way. Understandable. It seems that every year, or every 8 months, there has to be something in specific that stops me being able to stream for about a week or two. Not exactly unheard of, by the way. It's not like... not a crazy prospect. You know, something happening every 8 months isn't actually that bad. It's actually fairly good. Troundo.
Dr. Shemp thinks he's so cool. You don't know what it's been like listening to him over and over. But I tell you one thing, he should watch his back.
Honestly, it's like that's sometimes with delivery they or with their delivery they ham-fist a hint too much. That's like a really good unham-fisted hint. Come on. Schmack me. Didn't you just like walk around him? No. How do you do this? Oh, I see. I'm dumb. El stupido. Alright, we gotta jump over this one first. Ease. I know I talked about it earlier as well, but I'm kind of really considering on if I want to stream Knock Knock again. It's a little bit of a tedious game sometimes, but it's a good game. I haven't actually finished the Amnesia Rebirth. Honestly, and at this point I'm not even really sure if I want to. Not that the game is bad. Amnesia Rebirth is fucking excellent so far from what I played the first 4 hours. It's just a little bit difficult to get into. It's also just hard to convince myself to play a horror game in general. So how much have we done? I think we've done everything but the flying levels on both worlds. Yeah. The question is, do we stop it here or do we keep going? I think we can stop it here. I mean, it's like just, it's the most sensible place to stop, you know? Alright. Does this bring me back to the main menu or does this bring me back to... Okay. I thought I'd maybe quit the game entirely. Okay. We can stream more this some other time. I'm not sure it'll be often we'll be streaming it, but like whenever there's a lull where like Bitbone or Speedy can't play anything, I could probably fit this in. So yeah, keep an eye out for the Days of Meatless thing I'm gonna do, if you want to. And until then, I shall see you later. Thanks for watching.